Okay, so question number 6 is asking us to use an incremental analysis approach to figuring out what happens if we increase our sales commission by $1 per unit, and I'd suggest that a sales commission is a variable cost, and that results in an annual sales of a 25% increase. And the question that it's asking is, can we back into the total advertising dollars that we would have available to us if we don't want profit to change? So let's go ahead and start this problem using the incremental analysis approach, and then we'll come back to a proof. So we're going to start with our original data. Our original data were 18,000 units. And we know that we want to increase our sales by 25%. So if we take 18,000 units times 1.25, that would reflect a 25% increase in sales. And we know that our contribution margin is going to decrease by $1. And the reason it's going to decrease by $1 is because our variable cost in the form of sales commission is going to go up by $1. So we're going to multiply that times $11 instead of by $12 on a per unit basis. Okay, so again, I should have probably labeled them. It's 18,000 units times 1.25, which is to reflect an increase in sales, times $11 per unit contribution margin. So let's go ahead and do that math. So if we have 18,000 times 1.25 times, we'll just do 11. Okay, so it's saying that after the change, we would expect that we would have $247,000 available to us. Currently, what we have is the present contribution margin. We can actually see it above, but let's go ahead and calculate it. The current one is, again, 18,000 units times a contribution margin of $12 per unit. $12 per unit contribution margin. There's no increase or decrease in sales. It's saying, where do I stand today? So if I have 18,000 units and I multiply that by a contribution margin of $12 per unit, I'm currently at 216,000. And we can see that above because we have our formula in here. What is the incremental increase that we could have in advertising if we wanted our profit to stay the same? It would be the net. The net is available for advertising. It's available for ads if we want profit to stay the same. So now we're going to prove that. And by the way, that answer is $31,500. Okay, if you want to prove it and you want to make sure we understand, this is where we're at today. So we have 18,000 units at a selling price of $20 per unit at a variable cost of $8 per unit and a fixed cost of $180,000. Again, that was the information that was given. Our sales revenue is based on 18,000 units times 20 per unit. Our variable cost are 18,000 units times $8 per unit, and our fixed cost was given. Contribution margin is sales minus variable. Our net operating income is contribution margin minus fixed. So let's go ahead and prove where our changes would take us overall. So again, I think what the problem is saying is we're going to go ahead and leave our units the same. So we're going to go total dollars, and I'm going to actually shrink this to show more of the screen, and we're going to go units, and we'll go ahead and just copy our units over. I should have just copied this, sorry about that. And what it's saying is right here, we have no change in our sales price, but we are going to increase our commission, we're going to increase our sales, and we're going to figure out what's left. So if we have a 25% increase in sales, 18,000 times 1.25 says we're going to have 22,500 units. 22,500 units times our unit price of $20 is going to generate sales revenue of $450,000 as a starting point. Our variable cost is going to go up by $1, and we know that because the problem is saying that our sales commissions are going to increase by a unit. So we're going to go up by $1, so add $1 to that. So my variable cost is going to be my 22,500 units times my new per unit variable cost, and my variable costs are equal to $202,500. My contribution margin is going to be the net, and I just did a copy paste on my formulas. It's going to be a net of $202,500 from $450,000. So it's my sales minus my variable cost, which equals $247. I don't really have to calculate anything else, but I'm going to finish the proof. What the proof is saying is I'm going to actually increase my advertising or my fixed cost by some factor, and we calculated that we're going to increase it by $31,500. So if I take my original fixed cost and to that I added what we calculated, $31,500, I should see that my profit stays the same at $36,000, and it does, and that's how I would calculate the proof. The answer to the question is $31,500. We just went through and proved it. I'm going to post this, and if you have any questions, invite you to post them within Moodle, send me an email, or see me in class. Thank you.